Hello everyone and welcome to my turn with Christmas on a Dime. This is a YouTube hop hosted by Dee, who is, her channel name is DK Crafts, but she's actually from Elegant Embellishments, and she's gathered together a group of YouTubers from around the world, and mainly so that we can show crafters how to shop on a budget from our own respective countries. Now, we had a budget of $20 and we were able to use basic crafting supplies that most crafters have in order to make either Christmas decorations or gifts for Christmas. And I'm just going to put a little snippet in here now, and I will show you what I got with my $20 before I show you what I did with those things. Hello everyone, so this is the beginning of my Christmas on a Dime. This is my thrift shop finds, and I sort of found these in October. There's 3 boxes there. I think all 3 of those came to about $6. I have a couple of finials here. I think they were $1.50, but all like hardware was half price. There's this cute little box that I'll do something with there. There's this wonderful light fixture. What was that, $1.50? I love it. Don't know what I'm going to do with that. A roll of wallpaper, a wallpaper border, pretty colour. There's these lovely, I think they're chocolate moulds, but I'll do something with those. There's 6 of those in there, and they were 50 cents. 50 cents? $1 for all of those, because they were stuck together and I couldn't get them out in the shop, so they were $1. Some beads, little jewellery pieces, some buttons, some little bits of laces, bit of trim, some more laces. I got 2 of these rolls here of burlap for $1, not each, $1 for 2, and I've never seen those in the thrift shop. A gorgeous dress form, that was $1, and I found some doilies, and I think most of them, they've got prices. Here we go. Yep, they were really cheap. I got some from a community garage sale, and they had them really cheap. See, look at these. I got both of these for 50 cents, and aren't they gorgeous? So I'll do something with that. What's that one? That's 30 cents. There's a hanky, a couple more, and some lovely ones at the back there. So I think that came to about $5 for all of those there. And so that's what I'm starting with. And I think it came to, I think maybe $21.50, which is over the $20 limit, but I won't be using everything here. It's already the end of the first week of November when I'm filming this, and I haven't even started anything. I love these boxes. It looks brand new. This one's a balsa box. This one is lovely. Look at that. That was $2.50, and it's got the glass top. It needs some total recovering inside, but a nice little box to do up for a gift. Not quite sure what I'm going to be doing. It'll be a mixture of gifts and decorations for Christmas. So hold tight. I will put a list on the video now of the things we do not have to count in our $20 budget. This is aimed at people that have some sort of craft supplies already. They're not brand new beginners, but it's not aimed at those really expensive trims and laces and you know, other crafting supplies. So it's a bit of the middle ground area here, where you have some things but you're still on a, you know, you're on a budget. You're wanting to do something on a budget. So here we go. I'll put a list up now, and then I'll show you what I've made, and that'll be a couple of weeks away. Okay, bye. Oops, I forgot to include this. This was included in the price thing. It's actually a runner. It's like, it's just this like damask kind of fabric, but it's quite thick. it's not padded or anything like that, but the fabric's quite thick, and that's really long. It's like, well, that is folded like that, so it really is quite a big piece. So I'm hoping to incorporate that in with all this as well. Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm back, and I'm not quite sure if I got the instructions correct or not, but this is my take on what the initial instructions were for the YouTube hop. So the first thing that I changed up was the dress form, if you just saw the clip then, and I made a little angel out of her. I took the wire little hangers off her arms and took her clothes off because they were a bit grubby looking, and I used a doily, and this, as you can see, it can stand like that, so it comes out of the back of her, and that's the back of her there. So she can stand like that, or I can flip that and she actually stands on it like that, which I really, really like. So that was made, she was clothed out of a doily. The beading around her neck was actually on her. I took it off and put it back on her. I also put a little bit around her neck here to finish it off because the top of her was a little bit broken. And in a little bag of jewelry pieces there was a set of earrings. This is one here, and I put one on top, and that tucked into the little hole just perfectly. A little bit of lace that was also in my finds, and the wings were a gift, and they were a gift from Sarah on YouTube here. Thank you for that, Sarah, and I've been saving those for the right project, and I think she looks really lovely, and she cost me $1 initially, and she will be a lovely Christmas decoration this year. So that's the first thing I altered up. The second thing I altered up was the finials, the wooden finials, and I did buy 2 sets of them, but I only included 1 set in my budget allowance, and they were $1.50, but they were half price because they were hardware. And this is what they look like before, just a normal little finial thing with a screw. Now I started altering these a couple of weeks ago, and I got my husband just to remove one of the screws from the finial so that I could make the decoration I had in mind, and this is what I ended up making. I had 1 screw removed from the finial, and then the other screwed into that hole, and I put some glue and fixed them together. And this is an idea I got from Pinterest, and you know, for the life of me I can't find the photo. I saw it was a lovely turquoise blue. I think she used chair legs or something like that. So if anybody knows the picture I'm thinking about, please let me know and I'll put a link to it, but I can't find it. I thought I'd pinned it, but obviously, you know, I haven't. So I just painted that up, and it took quite a few coats of paint. Just let me plug my camera in. Sorry about that. I had it unplugged. Okay. So yeah, I just painted it with some white acrylic paint, which I'm gathering it's a staple in most crafters, you know, products, some sort of white acrylic paint. Most crafters would have that. Here's a little bit of the Chinese braid that I found at the op shop that I've just twisted around the top of it, and I've included just a little bit of this ribbon or trim that was a gift from Jane, who is Jane Rag. Thank you, Jane. I also I'm not very good at paint finishes and things like that, and I wanted to get this like worn look, so Hazel gifted me some gold Inca gold, so I brushed it onto a plastic bag and I just sort of
rolled it across like that. So I guess it's the cheats way of doing it, but it looks good. And this is just a decoration to hang up from a hook or something like that for Christmas. And because I have another one, I will make another one and sort of hang it at a different level as well. So that's the second thing that I made in my budget. The third thing I made is, or I altered, was the wooden box. If you recall, just a wooden box, probably needs another coat inside, but I've been so short on time. And I just basically did the same thing. I gave it quite a few coats of white acrylic paint. I actually then dipped a paintbrush in a little bit of watered down coffee and went over it, just so that it, you know, it didn't look bright white, because I didn't want it bright white. And I did the same thing for the finial as well. It's just like a slightly aged looking white. And then once I'd done that, I let it all dry thoroughly, and I got a nail file, actually, an old nail file, and just hit it in spots around there just to give it a bit of an aged look as well. And what I will do, that will be a decorator piece, and I'll fill that with some nice gold and silver beads and maybe a couple of Christmas baubles, and that will be a decoration at Christmas time also. So that's another project that I did. My next project is a altered box that I did, and this was a balsa box, and this is what it's turned out like. That's the lid, of course. I've just used some of the doilies. Underneath there's some book paper, because you know that's something everybody has, an old book that we can use. This beautiful doily underneath. I actually cut the center of that doily out to use on something else. And this was another larger doily, and I just cut some of the flower pieces out of the doily and made my own sort of dimensional flower in the center there. This was a beaded necklace that was in one of the jewelry bags, and I carefully glued it onto place, and I did that before cutting it so I didn't lose all the beads and things like that. This jewelry piece was actually a gift, I think, from Jane. Quite sure that was a gift from Jane Ragg. Thank you, Jane. And there's another doily here as well. If I hold it a bit closer, we've got that one there, which is the one I cut the center out. And there's another doily there, and you can probably see it underneath there, and then the cut up doily on top. The sides of the box have all been done with the wallpaper border. And I absolutely love that. And it's not actually wallpaper. I thought it was going to have some sort of texture to it, but it didn't. It's actually like a big sticker. And I didn't know that, but gee, I like the look of it. It's really soft and it's really pretty, and it was just perfect for going around the boxes. And this is the Chinese braid that I picked up from the thrift shop also. The two different ones. There was a bag, and I think it was $1.50 or $2.50. It's on the bag, I'll show you shortly. So that's how I did the sides of the balsa box. Inside, I've just used another doily piece on the lid, some more book paper. I've just sort of whitewashed it a bit with paint and painted around the rim also, just to clean it up a little bit, and just, you know, got little offcuts of doilies in the center, and one of the buttons that I also found there. The inside of the box is just done with book paper down the bottom to clean it up, and more of that wallpaper sticker border inside. So I also made that from my $20 budget. And the next one I did is another box, and this is the little suitcase box, if you recall. And I've used the book paper once again, and I'm still wondering whether maybe I'll just whitewash that a little bit, because on camera it looks a little bit too book paperish, doesn't it? So I may whitewash that a little bit also. Some more doilies from what I picked up, and this part in the center here is the middle of that doily that I cut out of the other one, so I get the benefit of seeing it on this box. The braid was from my thrift shop find. The only thing here that was from my stash was another centerpiece from Jean Rag. Thank you, Jean, because we were allowed to use gifts. But you know, I had to watch myself, because if I'm to be totally honest, most of my crafting supplies are made up of gifts. So I had to be realistic, you know, and not use too many things from my own stash, just to, you know, be fair. And also this pearl beaded trim was a gift from Hazel as well. That's the front of the box. As you can see, this crocheted lace trim was from the thrift store, and it's really quite pretty actually. I was surprised. And more of the Chinese braid along there. So that's how the box turned out. Bit of book paper underneath to finish it, and there's the back there. And inside I have this. Actually, I didn't recover the lid there because that was the original inside of the box, and it went so well with the wallpaper border sticker that I left it. But I did fold the wallpaper border sticker around the edges there to neaten it up, and I made a pocket using book pages and then just covered the front of it with the wallpaper sticker. There's a half of a doily there and some more of the pearl trim. I also made some goodie bags as well. This $20, it went so far, and I'm nowhere near finished using what I bought. So that's the inside. As you can see, it goes really lovely with that wallpaper sticker, so I didn't have to do anything. And I made some little gift bags, and all I did was I used 2 pieces of book paper glued together down 3 sides. I then wrapped the wallpaper sticker from the front to the back like that. I punched 2 holes in the top, or 3 holes, sorry. As you can see, there's one in the center, and I used, let's see where I put it. I've used that tulle ribbon that I found as well, which came in so handy to tie the top. I've cut a little Christmas tree out of the book paper, put a bit more sticker in the center there. This little bit of beautiful, I love this. It's the Martha Stewart Crafts glitter eyelash, and that was sent to me as a gift also from Donna Gonzalez. Thank you so much, Donna. I have used this so much in this project, and I love it because it goes nicely with my glitter glue, which is that's the Kindy Glitz Antique Silver. Because we were allowed to use our glitter glue as well, because most people have at least one kind of glitter glue. So I've made 6 goodie bags. I could make a ton more of those because I have a lot of this wallpaper sticker left, and it's using book paper. So I also made those within my $20 budget. And the next thing, yes, there's more. The next thing I made was some tussy mussies to hang on the tree, some little miniature tussy mussies. And the first ones I made are like this, and these ones are also made out of book paper, and I've used some doily pieces from the doilies I found at the thrift store. I've used some more of that beautiful eyelash trim from Donna. I've used lace pieces that were in those little bags. Isn't that one gorgeous? I love, love, love that one. It's beautiful. Some more lace, some buttons that I found as well. There was this lovely little lace in there, and I just gathered it all up and put it around the top and used some more of that eyelash trim to make it all sparkly, tied a bow on the front, and I just filled the inside with some of that tulle ribbon. A little bit more lace to hang it off the tree, and how sweet is that? So I made 2 of those ones from my $20 budget. And then also, if you remember, I had the chocolate molds, and I made some decorations out of those as well. I only used 3 because time was getting really short this weekend to finish things up. So I have 3 left. So here we go. I have made some more little tiny tussy mussies using the old chocolate molds, and I've used some more of the lace I found. There was a couple, only 2 of those little daisies in one of those bags. So in the other one I put a button, a mother of pearl button, like I put on the others. Inside I just cut up some book paper into slithers, scrunch them all up and pop them inside there, and I put some of that beautiful sparkly eyelash trim inside as well, just to add a bit of glitz. This lovely Chinese braid that I found, I just folded and it worked wonderfully. See how you can just see a little bit of silver poking through? I just put that around the edge, and I really like how they've turned out. They're not over fussy at all. A little bit more lace. That's the same lace that I used to gather around the top of these ones. So I also did those out of my $20 budget. Not finished yet. I think I have, is it one more thing to show you? I do. I have one more thing. Just let me move these. And you know, I could have made a ton more. I think I said that, didn't I? I've run out of time. And my finger is so sore from this next project, and you'll see why. The table runner that I bought, that I showed you, I used that to make my Christmas Down Under Christmas ornaments. I used the fabric in it because it was a really pretty creme damask type of fabric. And what was left over I used for this, I bought it for this YouTube haul, but because it was pretty and there was a lot of it, I actually used it for my Christmas ornaments. So this is what I've made out of my, out of the runner. Just see if I can move it back a little bit so you can see a bit better. Okay, here we go. So it's a bag. Can you see that? It's a bag, and it opens up like that, and that's the inside. And all I had to do was cut it, you know, from there around there, and that's one piece, and then I cut another couple of pieces and put it on the sides. That's my bag. And then with the leftovers I just pieced them all together, made a big long handle up the top on the shoulder. I just put a pleat in it because sometimes these really thick handles slip off people's shoulders, so I've just made it a bit narrow. And this is my bag, and it's made out of all the doilies and things that I found at the thrift store. Apart from this flower, that flower was a gift to me in my Matchbox challenge from the lovely Annie, who is Miss Garden Grove 1 on YouTube. I think she sent me 2, and for the life of me I couldn't find the other one, but I did find this one. So I thought it was perfect. This is all the lace pieces I had left over, and there's actually some pieces of doilies in there as well that I've just put hanging down the front. So this is the front of the bag, and this is all, the bag itself was stitched on the sewing machine, but all the doilies I put on after I made the bag, which was a big mistake, because you know, you have to sort of get your hand down there and sew it, and it got really hard. So the hand sewing's not the best, but I'm going to say it's meant to look like that because it's a shabby shabby bag. So I've just cut pieces of the doily. This is the same doily that I used with the angel. As you can see here, it's from that same doily, and that's the base of the bag, and that's the back of the bag, and it's got a big doily underneath those pieces, and then at the top there's half a doily here hanging down, and then there's another half of doily here hanging down. And I wasn't going to ruffle the edges like this initially. All the edges were like that apart from the one at the front here, because that of course is the width of the runner, and it was perfect. It was all finished for me. I hardly had to do anything, but I broke 3 sewing machine needles trying to get through around the corners, because can you see how thick that is? It was just so thick. Then when I'd finished the corners, they looked really weird. And I thought, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? It just doesn't look good. So I remember seeing a picture on Pinterest. There's a tutorial. Oh gosh, what's the name of her blog? I'll put a link in the description box below, because she does these rag bags and they've all got this kind of finish to them. And if I recall, Var also did one, probably using her tutorial as well. And Var is Bianca, is it? I think 4460 or something like that. And I ended up doing that just so it didn't look weird at the end when I'd finished. So I gave it that roughly effect, and it seems to look alright like that. But anyway, there we go. I made that bag as well out of my $20 budget. So I'm really pleased with that. And it's a nice strong bag. And that's a gift. That one's a gift. And the 2 boxes I made are also gifts. So it's a mixture of decorations and gifts. And out of all that, I still have all this left from my $20 budget. I still have the coloured laces, because I didn't use any coloured laces. This one had all the creamy coloured laces in, and I still got the coloured one left. These are all the offcuts and things from doilies that I've used. I still have a little bit of the Chinese black braid left. More offcuts. I've got doilies that I did not even, oh, that's one big one. I always thought that was 2. No wonder I got 2 for the price of, oh, it is 2. Look, see? 2 doilies. I didn't even cut into those, and they were 50 cents for 2, those ones, and they're beautiful. I have a hanky left. I didn't get to work on my light fixture, but I will, because I love that. But you know, you can only do so much, can't you? I still have some buttons. I didn't touch the beads. I have doily pieces, piece of that sticker, but look, I have all that left of that sticker. I've got my chocolate molds. I think there's another one here somewhere too. I'm pretty sure there were 6. I still have some jewelry pieces left. Some earrings, and look, there's some really pretty buckles in there as well. And look at the leaf. I almost used this on my angel, but I decided not to. Isn't that lovely? That's a glass leaf. So that $20 went such a long way. I've still got some of that beaded necklace that I put on top of the box. I have half a doily here that I can use on something. So $20 with a little bit of time on your hands can go an awful long way. Look, there's another doily I never even touched. I did take, that one had a ribbon through it, and I took the ribbon out. They're the ribbons from my angel. You know, I can still do plenty of things in my budget. Plenty of things. It's a shame I never got to do it all, but you know, I think I did pretty well. I think I did pretty well with my with what I made. I'm very happy with it. Yeah, look at all this. I really can't grumble too much, can I? Because I've got boxes, and I've got bags at my bag, and I've got gift bags, and I've got other gift boxes here as well. I've got my angel decoration. So there you go. A little bit of money goes a long way, obviously. Dee, thank you for doing this YouTube hop. I've thoroughly enjoyed myself. I really wish I hadn't left things quite so late to get them done, because I could have done so much more. And I hope everybody watching has enjoyed it. Now, Dee will be having a couple of giveaways, I believe, once the hop is finished. And in order to qualify to win one of those prizes, you will have to watch each person's video who is in the YouTube hop. In the description box below, I will have a list of YouTube channels that are taking part. To be able to win a prize, you need to watch each of the videos for Christmas on a Dime. You have to be subscribed to those people, and you also have to leave a comment on their video, their Christmas on a Dime video. And I think there's a couple of other people in the actual hop who are doing their own giveaways as well. Unfortunately, I'm not that organised. I've had a very hectic couple of weeks, and I'll have to pass on the giveaway this time around. But gee, Dee, if you do this again, I would love to be a part of it, because I absolutely enjoyed myself thoroughly. So, okay everybody, thank you so much for joining me today, and do visit the other channels. And there's a couple more ladies after me. I think there's Maggie White or Margaret White, and there's also Dee herself, who will be putting up videos over the next 2 or 3 days. And the prizes will be drawn on the 6th, and I think that will be on Maggie's channel. So there we go. Thank you for joining me today. Bye.